Someone once said it takes a village to raise a child. Well, I haven't raised a child, so I can't speak to that. But I can say in my experience, it definitely takes a family to build a village. Whatever endeavors, creations, and ideas I've had along this journey has been a team effort with other critical members of the family being my devoted and encouraging wife, loving and supportive parents and in-laws, siblings who jump in head first, an aunt with incredible faith, partners who are steadfast and confident, as well as a host of extended downtown family members, not all pictured here. My blood family has been in the area a while. I grew up here, went to Seabreeze, Go Crabs, where I met and later married my high school girlfriend, Go Kelly. After high school, it was time to spread my wings, get away, and experience a whole new culture. See the world. So I went to Stetson University in DeLand, Florida. It did take some time to adjust to the culture shock, and since graduating, have even had the opportunity to escape the boundaries of Volusia County from time to time. During these escapes, me and my travel companions saw what cool and great things were happening throughout the country and world. Cities were beginning to retell their stories, rediscover their places, and rebuild areas that had once been abandoned and forgotten. These cities were reinventing themselves by creating a culture of cool focused around an environment that was centered on clustering people, ideas, and energies. Upon returning from these adventures back to Daytona Beach, we realized we shared many of the underlying fundamentals that were part of other revitalizing cities' turnaround story. Things like great bones, a deep history full of mostly real stories, fantastic location and natural beauty, iconic architecture and landmarks, and most importantly, for someone who wanted to be part of something new, an environment of undiscovered and underutilized opportunity. We forged ahead and were determined to help make Daytona Beach a reformation city we had seen elsewhere. For many reasons, our focus led to the downtown area. It has been where we spend much of our resources, including time, blood, sweat, money, and tears. I would lie if I were to say it wasn't frustrating at times, but I can also say as we peel back the onion of redevelopment, we discover something new about society and gain a deeper understanding of what community relationships and family, both related and extended, are all about. Rather than detail my own stories, I thought it might be a good chance to impart some ways others out there might see visions of grandeur, change, and action-oriented opportunities of their own. These three elements I'm about to share are an opportunity for every person to play a starring role in something you might not totally get or understand yet, but I promise it will be an adventure you will never regret. Number 1, embrace what is uniquely us and take pride in it. Many great cities and organizations have rediscovered what makes them tick. The concept of high or low class is a dying idea. Today it's about how creative one is willing to go to tell and build an experience. This group is now called the creative class. So, what is uniquely Daytona Beach? Founded in 1876, we have 140 years of interesting and one-of-a-kind stories to tell. What an adventure for us to explore, share, and retell these stories, and work them into the fabric of our community. These stories should be a visual representation of what we and visitors see and experience. Once the uniqueness is embraced, the natural evolution should lead to greater pride. Take time to have great experiences in the community. Explore and discover our unique places and people. Attend a Daytona Tortuga game, or one of the many cultural activities that range from the Red Elvises to the Russian Symphony. Explore new restaurants like the Kale Cafe, whose food is as unique as the owners. And then go play skeetball at the boardwalk. Ownership in this place will slowly take over, and we will begin to understand the phrase fighting words when someone speaks negatively about Daytona Beach, because so much pride and passion is welling up in them, like the pride exuding out of the pores of every Seminole and Gator fan in this room. My second element is also a suggestion built on action. As a community, we must encourage, celebrate, and support the entrepreneurial, artistic, and pioneering spirit. This was once a characteristic of this area that landed us a name that is recognized throughout the world. We still benefit from those pioneers who started a competitive race on the beach back in 1903. From the incubator startup to the billion-dollar corporation, without this element being part of our local cultural fabric, that spark will quickly fade. The talent that we all hope to retain in this area will find opportunity in other communities. The essence that once made us a city of speed will eventually die. How do we support this idea, you might ask? Well, this leads me to my third and final point. Ladies and gentlemen, we can't be afraid to get our hands dirty. I know getting your hands dirty is messy. It takes time, there's uncertainty, the what-ifs take over, and we all question the things that can go wrong and the embarrassment that goes along with the possibility of failing. Getting our hands dirty is all about taking calculated risks, of being part of the story that can lead to great things, of stepping out of our comfort zones and not aligning ourselves with the status quo that can lead to the mundane. Jane Jacobs, a leading city sociologist, once said, "When a place gets boring, even the rich people leave." Being a world-class city for us starts with a culture of problem-solving through experimentation, a culture of the pioneering spirit, and a culture of creativity. We as a community cannot be afraid to take risks, to get our hands dirty, to put it out there, to renovate, to explore unknown areas, to create, design, build, pioneer, to invest in ourselves, innovate, fail, step back, assess, redesign, try again, and then fail better. Edison once said, after one of the tests while attempting to create the light bulb, "I have not failed, I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." On behalf of both my blood family and my extended family, who have made my life full of adventure and wonderful unknowns, I truly appreciate this recognition.